What if God's silence isn't absence but preparation? Maybe strength isn't built in the victory, but in the waiting before it. Let's talk about it. David wrote these words in danger, not from a place of comfort, but a place of chaos. He was surrounded by uncertainty, hunted by enemies, and still his command to himself and to us was clear. Wait patiently for the Lord. That word wait in Hebrew doesn't mean sit idly. It carries the idea of hopeful tension, a rope stretched but not broken. To wait patiently is to trust without expectation. And when David says, be strong and courageous, it echoes Joshua 1:19, but here the battlefield isn't action, it's endurance. Strength and courage aren't about forcing outcomes. They're about surrendering control. Faith matures not when God moves quickly, but when we keep believing, even when he doesn't. We remind each other what Christ already taught us. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Sometimes that love looks like action, and sometimes, like Olivia's story, it looks like quiet perseverance. Olivia is one of the four witnesses. She's the wayfarer. She knows what it means to keep walking even when every step feels heavier than the last. These character stories help bring scripture into a modern context. Here's Olivia.
I work for the City of New York in social services. Our department helps kids in crisis, ones who've been abandoned, neglected, or forgotten. But lately, the funding's been cut. The shelves that used to hold backpacks and supplies are bare. We're running on fumes. No overtime pay, no extra staff, no promise it'll get better soon. Some nights I sit at my desk long after everyone's gone. The hum of the fluorescent lights, the silence of the empty office. It's heavy. I stare at the files of children waiting for placements, waiting for stability, waiting for someone to care enough to fix what's broken, and I pray, but the answers don't come fast. Each week feels like one long question, God, how long? And still, I show up, because maybe faith isn't proven by how quickly prayers are answered, but by how we keep serving when they aren't.
That's Olivia's story. Psalm 27:14 doesn't promise quick relief. It promised God's presence while we wait. Be strong and courageous doesn't mean act tougher. It means trust deep. Waiting isn't weakness, it's a form of worship. It's courage learned in stillness. When impatience says I need control and anxiety whispers, what if it never happens? The psalmist gently shifts our focus. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Let your heart take courage. You are not weak for waiting. Your faith is not wasted in the silence. God is shaping something in the delay that you can't yet see, and that's where courage is born. Now let's pause and reflect. What's the hardest thing for you to wait on right now? And what fear hides beneath that impatience? How might you see your waiting not as a waste of time, but as a sign of worship? Where could God be strengthening you in this season instead of simply rescuing you from it? Please share in the comments if you're comfortable. I'd love to know what it is that you're thinking. Let's take a step with him by doing this walking practice today. Write down one prayer that feels unanswered. Then beside it, write the words, I still trust you. Don't rush it. Let it be your act of waiting in faith. If your heart feels heavy from waiting, let's bring it before the Father together. Dear Father in heaven, whom through you truly all things are possible. You see the weight of our waiting. You know the prayers we whisper in the quiet and the doubts that rise when the silence lingers too long. Teach us to find strength not in forcing answers, but in trusting your time. Give us courage when our hearts grow tired, and peace when our plans fall apart. Let our waiting become our worship and our stillness become faith. I pray all of these things in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen. If you find it hard to pray, that's okay. Just open up your heart and talk. But if you'd like a little structure, drop pray down below and I'll share the simple guide I just used. I hope this video brought Christ into your thinking now. And if you'd like to keep exploring how he meets us in the middle of our waiting, let's go watch this video together. I look forward to seeing you over there.